Okay, so let's go ahead and animate our player. For that, if we click on the player, as you can see, we already have an animator on our player. So let's go inside the PBR military pack, then PBR soldier 1. Inside the animation, as you can see, these are all the animation for this player. So just click on this player and then click on this window. Then right here in the animation, let's open up this animator window. As you can see, we have the animator window, and right here let's create an animator controller. Let's name this as player, and now click on the player again and drag and drop this animator right there. So this is the animator. Let's set these up. Okay, so right here click on this parameters and let's create a bool right here and name this as walk. Then create another bool by the name of running, and then another bool, let's name this as jump, or actually we can delete this and create a trigger for the jump. And after that, let's create another bool by the name of idle. Then the next bool will be idle aim, then aim walk, and after the aim walk let's create a fire. After the fire we will create another rule by the name of fire walk, and after the fire walk let's create a bool by the name of die, and then the last one will be reloading. Now let's find the animations right here. So as you can see, these are different animation. So first of all we will select this idle animation. Okay, this is aiming idle. We don't want the aiming idle, we just want the idle animation. Okay, so here it is. This is the idle animation. Drag and drop it right there. After the idle we need the walk animation, so this is the walk animation. Drag and drop it right there. After walk let's find the jump animation. As you can see, this one is the jump animation. Let's drag and drop it right there. After the jump we need the running, so drag and drop the running right there. After this we need the aiming idle, so it was somewhere right here. Okay, this is the aiming idle. Let's drag and drop this aiming idle right here. Then we need the aim walk, so if we select this one, okay, which is aiming and then walk, so just drag and drop this aiming walk right here, and then we can select this aiming walk again. Okay, just drag and drop it right there. If you double click on it, okay, this is the aiming walk, and basically we will name this now as shoot walk, because aim walk and shoot walk animation will be similar, so that's why we will use these same two animations. Okay, but just change its name so that you don't get confused in it. After that we need the idle, aiming idle as well, because the aiming idle and the shooting animation will be similar, so just rename this to shoot. Okay, from right here. As you can see, the aiming idle and the shoot will be similar, as you can see. After this we need a reload, or you can say recharge. So right here, as you can see, we have this aiming recharge. So let me move down a little bit right there. Okay, now drag and drop the recharge or reload right there, and then the final one will be the die. As you can see right here, this one is the dead animation, so just drag and drop it, as you can see. So now we have added all of the animations. You can rewatch this part again and add the animations and also the parameters. And guys, this shooting animation and this shooting parameters are for the future, but for now we are adding it so that we don't get confused in the later videos. Okay, we will connect the animation, but we will apply this animation by script in the future videos. Okay, for now just follow me. Now we will make transition between every animations. So the first transition will be from the idle to walk. Okay, so just make a transition from the idle to walk, and then from walk to idle. Okay, back and forth. Then just simply select the first transition, which is from the idle to walk. Remove this as exact time 0, and then right here make the walk true. Okay, right here add a condition and make this walk true. And then the transition, which is from walk back to the idle, right there just simply make the walk false. That's it. Then let's go ahead and make a transition from idle to jump, and then from jump back to idle. And right here remove this as exact time 0, and then make the jump trigger true. Then from the jump back to the idle, make the idle true, and remove this as exact time 0, or actually we can leave this as it is because we want the jump animation to be finished, and then the player can get back to the idle. That's it. Now let's make a transition from idle to run, and then from run back to the idle, and select the first transition of it, and simply remove as exact time 0 and make running true. And then select this other transition, which is from run to idle, remove as exact time 0, and just simply make running false this time. Okay, now make a transition from idle to aiming idle, and then from aiming idle to idle. Select the first one, which is from idle to aiming idle, and right here make idle aim true, remove as exact time 0. Then select the other transition, remove as exact time 0 as well, add a condition, make the idle true, and then idle aim false. That's it. Now let's make a transition from idle to jump, and then from jump back to the idle. Then select this first transition, which is from idle to shoot. Sorry, it was not jump, it was shoot. Okay, so make a transition from idle to shoot, and then from shoot back to the idle. Okay, and then select this first transition, remove as exact time 0. And guys, right here follow me with full concentration, okay, or else you will mess up this animator controller. Okay, so in the transition make fire true, and then select the other transition. Okay, and make sure that you remove this as exact time 0. Then select the other transition, remove as exact time 0 as well, and right here simply make idle true. Okay, now let's make a transition from idle to dead. Okay, and this will be just simply a one way transition. So right here remove as exact time 0 and just simply make die true. That's it. Now the idle transitions are complete. Now let's make a transition from walk to run, and then from run back to the walk. Select the first transition, remove as exact time 0, and right here simply make running true. Then select the other transition, remove as exact time 0, and then add a condition, make walk true. Then let's make a transition from aiming to aiming idle, and then from aiming idle back to the walk. Select the first transition, remove as exact time 0, add a condition. Right here make idle aim true, and make walk false, then select the transition from aiming idle to walk, and right here make walk false, and then right here make the aim walk true. Actually make the walk true and the aim walk false, okay, from the transition which is from aiming idle to walk, because when we are done aiming, if we want to walk, then we want to make the walk true, okay. Then let's make a transition from walk to jump, and then from jump back to walk, and right here make the jump trigger true, and then when we are done jumping, then we want to make walk true, okay, which is this other transition. Then let's make a transition from walk to shoot walk, and then from shoot walk back to the walk, select the first transition of it, and right here just simply make the fire walk true, and then the other select the other transition from the shoot walk back to the walk, and right here make the fire walk false. Then make a transition from walk to aiming walk, okay, and then from aiming walk back to walk, select the first transition, remove as exact time 0, and just simply make the aim walk true, then select the other transition, remove that, and just simply make the aim walk false. Then, as you know, the final transition will be from walk to dead, and in here what we will do, we will simply make the die true. So our transitions are getting complex, so just make sure that you follow me focusly, okay. Now select run and make a transition from run to dead, and simply make the die true, and that is it for the run. Also select the jump, make a transition to the dead, and right here make the die true. Then let's select this aiming idle, and let's make a transition from aiming idle to aiming walk. Then from aiming walk to aiming idle, select the first transition, remove as exact time 0, and right here simply make the aim walk true and the idle aim false. Then select the other transition, remove as exact time 0, okay, and then make aim walk false. Then let's go ahead and make a transition from aiming idle to recharge, and then from recharge back to the aiming idle, select its first transition, remove as exact time 0, and right here simply make the reloading true, and then when we are done reloading, we want to make reloading false. Then let's make a transition from aiming idle to dead, and simply make die true. After the aiming idle, select the shoot animation. As you can see right here, we already make a idle animation from shoot to idle. Now let's make a transition from shoot to recharge, okay, and then from recharge back to shoot, select its first transition, simply make reloading true, and then select the other transition, and right here make reloading false. Okay, it is getting messier more and more, but we are halfway close, so just let's complete this, okay. I hope you can see the transitions. Now just let's select this shoot walk, and from here make a transition to recharge, and from recharge back to shoot walk. Right here make reloading true, and then right here make the reloading false. Then make a transition from shoot walk to dead, and right here simply make die true. Then let's make a transition from aiming walk to recharge, and then from recharge to aiming walk. Right here, you know the transition, make reloading true, and then make reloading false. Then make a transition from aiming walk to dead, select it and make die true. So with this our transitions are now completed. Okay, and in the next video we will apply this animation to our player by using script. So for that, catch you guys in the next one.